Welcome to Be My Own Boss podcast. This is episode 59. I'm your host, Mike Hruby, and we're asking today, did New Jersey's Mr. Bob push his luck? Let's dig into it. Mr. Bob is New Jersey's Commissioner of Labor and Workforce Development. Let me give you his picture right now so he can be with us during this conversation, in spirit at least. He's in a jam. His full name is Robert Asaro-Angelo, and I call him Mr. Bob for short on this podcast. Mr. Bob issued a new regulation in May designed to screw independent contractors, and he devised a harsh new ABC test. Yes, even worse than California's. New Jersey's taken a look at it, and they hate it. Mr. Bob's pressing on anyway. That's the jam, because he now has acquired bipartisan opposition in the state legislature, which can rewrite the rules if he puts them into effect. But Mr. Bob presses on. But today we're going to see if we're going to explore maybe he pushed his luck. And if he did he create an opportunity for independent contractors nationwide to for us to push back in ways that he and we have not anticipated? Mr. Bob's proposed regulation isolates New Jersey economically, all New Jersey's independent contractors and their clients. He's effectively building a wall around independent contractors. They can't work inside the state, they can't work outside the state, and companies outside the state can't reach in and work for them, work with them. And there are three evidence points for this. The first one is New Jersey contractors will not be able to serve out-of-state clients, even in neighboring states like New York, Pennsylvania, and Delaware, which are neighbors of New Jersey, because this wall that Mr. Bob is building is going to split three major metro areas: New York City, Philadelphia, and Wilmington, Delaware. The second is that companies in New Jersey cannot use out-of-state contractors anywhere. Not in New York, not in New Zealand, not in Pennsylvania, not in Transylvania, not in Delaware, and I don't know that anything rhymes with Delaware. But you get the picture. Now, the company part is not written into the law, but that's the intent of how it's going to be interpreted in the Department of Labor. Nope, you can't do it if you're a New Jersey company, because we regulate who's your employee. So that's the second one. And the third is that out of state in this podcast, again for brevity, includes international prohibitions. So this is hit the contractors, hit their clients, and prohibit their work anywhere. So you might ask, how can one guy in one state restrict interstate commerce like this? And that's why we're here today, because we think he's pushed his luck. It's 2025, and he's made a big mistake, and now he's in a bigger jam, and he's going to learn about it. See, Mr. Bob's interstate grab gives independent contractors and companies all across the country a new tool to push back, and it's not one that Mr. Bob thought about, because it seems Mr. Bob forgot about one thing, which is the U.S. Constitution. The U.S. Constitution is very clear in plain English. It's right here if you have a pocket copy at home, right here. Article 1, Section 8 says only the federal government can, quote, regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states. Mr. Bob knows this, and he thinks by calling self-employed independent contractors' employees, he can get around it, but he can't because they're independent, they're self-employers. They're the employer side of this. I think this regulation shows that Mr. Bob is bluffing. States cannot restrict interstate and international commerce, and Mr. Bob is just waiting to see who notices. Now, I've noticed. Do you notice? He's bluffing the federal government. Now, there's a reason for Mr. Bob's bluff, and you've got to keep in the back of your mind, always remember that nothing in politics happens by accident, and neither did this bluff. California was bluffing in 2020 when it put through interstate restrictions and international restrictions on its independent contractors. Now, that was 2020, and it was horrible, and millions of California contractors lost their work, and a whole district's worth, over 700,000 people who were independent contractors, left the state because they needed to be able to work and support themselves. But the Biden administration did nothing, and that sent a signal, and Mr. Bob took it. Seeing California bluff the U.S. successfully, Mr. Bob figured, the time is right. We can do that in California. We can do that just like California did. So he decided to press his luck. But something happened on January 20th of 2025. Let's see, what could that be? I'll bet you've noticed that change. Yes, self-employed independent contractors can benefit from Mr. Bob's bluff by calling our strongest ally, the world's most famous self-employer, most famous, President Donald Trump. Yes, our president, who is his own boss, everybody knows that, and is also a huge fan of the Constitution, is available to us. Last week, my Twitter friend Cernovich, maybe some of you follow him, Cernovich, he and I agreed that the Trump administration looks deeply into social media. Trump has a team directly on social media looking for individuals overpowered by overreaching governmental actions. You can see it happening. It's visible. But Trump prioritizes his targets, and I'm sure you've noticed his self-discipline. He does a very good job of it. He takes the absolute worst problems first. And Cernovich agrees. And Cernovich has 1 million followers. I have like 1,100, so he's 900 times bigger view than I have. President Trump is grassroots responsive. We can deal with that, and Mr. Bob can't. Trump has people listening for government overreach. We have to reach the team that reaches Trump. Trump's team will hear us if we are on X with our message. But we must speak, and that means you've got to speak. I've done mine. They know all about me. They want to hear from you. If we tell Trump's team we prefer to be our own boss and blue states are restraining interstate commerce, Mr. Bob in New Jersey is doing it right now. President 47, can you please get involved? Trump taking action would have a huge impact on this state-by-state assault on our economic freedom. Pretty soon there won't be any more states to go to, and the clients will be closeted too. So do you think 76 million people can get 47 involved here? Cernovich and I completely believe he can. They can. We can. So let's take action. And now what I want to do is I want to take down Mr. Bob, and I want to put up a QR code. Please do this. Using your cell phone, take a 30 to 60-second selfie. Keep it simple. Just be honest. Be yourself. Give the facts. Say your name. Say your town or your state. Tell us about the work you do and why you prefer to be an independent contractor. And then add President Trump. New Jersey is killing interstate commerce right now. He will hear that. If you upload your video to the our web's upload video, accessing the QR code, we will get it on to Twitter, and we will send you a copy to use and give to your representative in Congress. That will call Mr. Bob's bluff, because they don't really think a lot of people are going to be affected, and if once Trump knows, he'll be on this. We have as many independently self-employed independent contractors as he had voters. Your personal story will reach Trump through the X platform, and that will call his Mr. Bob's bluff. Now let's wrap up what we're trying to do. You're going to join me in defending self-employment for everybody in the country. Cernovich knows Trump will hear us. We got to rely on his judgment. Push back against Mr. Bob with your own story. It's more compelling than any other one thing you can do. We will win our freedom this way, because once Trump gets involved, he's going to expand it the way he wants to. So, there, Mr. Bob's bluff, we can expose it, and we have better tools, better cards than he does. Like this episode, add your comments below. I'll try to get to them. Follow Be My Own Boss podcast and subscribe so that you can get our alerts. This has been episode 59. I'm your host, Mike Hruby, and thank you for watching. See you next time.